can end. Either we end up sleepwalking into a globalist tyranny. We are in it. Or we fight our way out of it and we free our country and we free Ireland and we set an example to the rest of the globe while we're doing it as well. I know you can do it. I've got faith in you. God save Ireland. That's all I've got to say.
Some great speeches here today.
Well done, Craig. Great man with words, a craftsman with words. Someone just said to me there, do you know the folks that were like, Peter, maybe people should go down and block the Dublin port now, you know?
Maybe not.
Or maybe we should, well, I was thinking, maybe we go for a walk around the streets. Now, let me just say, that means that we leave here, right? So we're to be here today, right? So people, I said, I point to the people, you'll have a think about it, folks. You know, whatever happens here today is going to be dependent on the people here. If people want to do what they want to do. Leinster House is our biggest threat, yeah.
We have to stay. We have to stay.
We have to stay here. We stay here, yeah. Oh, okay.
But singing's going to get you nowhere.
Hey? Maybe later on, we have people arrive later on, we'll see. Okay, it's an option, yeah. Alright, folks, you know, great play, great Cork man. That's all I can say about it, great Cork man.
Everybody, how you getting on? I just have to say it was great walking around here today, but I couldn't take 2 steps without somebody pulling me off to the side, selfies and whatnot. Lads, we've a big problem in this country, and we all know it, and they're all inside in that building. And as far as I'm concerned, 95% of them, maybe more, are dodgy. Do you know, the big marker for me was the lockdown. Yes. When Mr. Varadkar stood in front of those cameras and told us that 85,000 people were going to die, made me think this isn't what a leader should be saying. Leaders are supposed to reassure the population. They're not supposed to scare the shite out of him. He's not a leader. He's a dirty traitor. Yeah. But since they locked us in our homes, okay, they've had countless people up to court for daring to step out of their 5-kilometre zone. Okay, they coerced, and make no mistake, it was coercion. They coerced hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of people in this country to taking an injection that they didn't want to take. And we still don't have accurate figures, but we know that the cancer rates, the amount of heart attacks, myocarditis, strokes have gone through the roof. We were supposed to have someone here today. She's a member of Ireland First. Her name's Etna Brannigan, and she was going to speak here today, but she couldn't make it because she's so poorly. She couldn't make it down. She couldn't make the journey. She's spoken on several occasions, but she's one of thousands of people in this country who are damaged from that injection. And it was those people inside that forced those people to take it. And they went from that crisis, the cheek of these people, they went from that crisis to the next day telling us that we had to take thousands, hundreds of thousands of people into this country and house them in accommodation that we need. and turf our own people out in the street. And do you know the weirdest thing about it was, most of the people that are coming into this country didn't have vaccine passports.
Yes.
Most of them don't even have passports.
Yes. Don't have passports.
You know, we went,
And they're not poor people neither.
we went from a situation where we had to show a vaccine passport to go into a pub, to people coming into this country without having even passports. And here we are now. We've got Veronica, Martin, and Eamon Ryan.
The Flintstones.
The Flintstones are over at the UN in the US speaking, trying to figure out a way to stop wars from happening. Guess what, lads? You're in the wrong country. America is the biggest warmonger on the planet, and you're over speaking to Joe Biden about how to stop wars. I tell you what you do. Come back here to this country, because we've a war happening here. We've a war happening in our own communities. Our own Irish people are fighting a war every single day of their lives. Lads, if many of you know, I started, myself and the good people that are in Ireland First, we started a political party. It's called Ireland First. And what we're trying to achieve is to fix the mistakes we made in the last round of elections. There was too much quarrelling, there was too much competition, right? There was too much infighting. We're trying to build candidates, and not just Ireland First candidates, Irish Freedom Party candidates and independent nationalist candidates. Take note of that word, nationalist candidates. If they're not claiming to be nationalist, close the door. Do not give them your vote. But lads, we're trying to build a unified group of nationalists to put forward for local and general elections here in the next few months and years. And I've been speaking to people all day here today. I'm hoarse from speaking to people. And what I'm trying to say is, we have to play this smart. We have to be smart about this. And we have to use our brains. We've got good Irish brains. We fought the British Empire and we beat the British Empire. Okay? And now we're taking on the EU Empire and the UN Empire. And many would say the British Empire are wrapped up in that as well. But lads, what I'm saying is, think smart, work hard, whether it's Irish Freedom Party, whether you're a nationalist independent, we're going to put Ireland first, and we're going to do this right next time. Thank you very much for coming out here today.
Thanks, Derek. Free speech, folks. Let your voice be heard, and let it be heard loud. And there's
absolute pleasure. The last few weeks we've been waiting on this day to come, okay? And it did come. God is on our side. You don't have to be mad religious to know that this country is being ripped off. This is spiritual warfare. And I'd like to say to the people that are here now that sometimes feel, there is no hope. You only have to look at the past of what our ancestors had to face. Okay? So never ever give up. Right? We will be proven to be on the right side of history. Yes. All we have to keep doing is keep turning up. Keep speaking to people. Keep standing in your truth. And someday we will be heard. We will be heard. Yeah, a lady just said there that TikTok wants us all banned. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Yeah. So the censorship in this country has been off the scale for years, right? And it's up to us. It's up to us to be patient and be determined and vigilant, because it's not gonna be fixed overnight. We have to keep turning up. We have to keep turning up, and don't like lose hope completely when you turn up to a protest or an assembly and there isn't that many people there. All you can do is be responsible for yourself, okay? And there's no point worrying about why the rest of the people aren't there. That's their decision and that's their moral obligation to turn up for themselves. You can only do what you want for. You can only prove to your own country why you're there. And hopefully, with a bit of faith and time, more people will join us. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. I'm not going to say much more. All I can say is, so far, it's been an amazing day. Okay? Some people will say, you know what, we would have preferred to see more people here. I'm delighted with the amount of people turned up here. It's not, come here, it's not all quantity. It's not all quantity. It's the quality that counts just as much. Okay? So keep up the good fight, okay? We need to network, okay? We all know that there's a lot of people that would like to protest and for whatever reason they don't. So it's up to us to network and encourage them, you know what I mean, and join forces, get to know other groups. We want every country and every community to be protected, okay? So make sure you network and keep talking to people, okay? And thanks very much for coming out. It's great to see everybody here today. Keep up the good fight!
Oh, kid! He shows how it's done, how to speak out, you know. Everyone has their own way of doing it, but great stuff. We don't always... Now, I have Pascal O'Hare. Pascal O'Hare from Finglas, right? Pascal's asked to say a few words. More than welcome. Free speech, man. Where do we stay? Well, we're going to keep it. They're not going to shut us up.
Listen, guys, I want to thank everybody for turning up today. A lot of people couldn't make it. Watch here, I'm satisfied. But I want to tell you one thing. We had 800 fucking years of misery with what the British done, didn't we? Do we want any more of this misery from these shared bastards that they're traitors? That's all they are, traitors. We still haven't got our freedom back. There's still 6 towns that doesn't belong to us. We want that for donkey's years, right? And we've never disrespected them. And what we want is people to come and genuine wants to help this country. We all want a better life of privatisation. We don't take the people that emigrate, take them back in and give them houses. We're sick of this. We're being ripped off. We're being fooled by this globalists and these corrupt bastards that's in that door. Every fucking one of them are traitors. The whole lot of them. So be proud. Stand up for Ireland. Don't be afraid. Who does? We're Ireland. We love Ireland and we will stand and die for it if we have to.
It's J186. I don't know what station he was sent down from. I don't know what his name was, but I can tell you now, like what his number was. So, no, get out and share it around. I hope you're live streaming this. I hope you're videoing me so I can get the message out there. J186. This man is not fit to be in a Garda uniform. He's not fit to be a member of the public service in this country, looking after the public, committing shameful abuse against our own people on a daily basis. With the Garda Commissioner, a man sent down from Northern Ireland, Drew Harris, British intelligence agent who's controlling the rank and files of the Garda. They don't hit jobs at me, they're doing hit jobs at you, they're doing hit jobs at everybody on a constant basis, and I can speak for everyone here, I'm fucking sick to fucking death of it!
People coming out of the Freemason Hall there. Allegedly a tunnel between you can spread them out, Peter. Very good, I like it. Nice one. Alright, thanks. Right folks, I think the proceedings down here are kind of winding up for a little while. It's quite windy, so I'm actually going to use a microphone. Just a couple of observations there. I see that Taoiseach Varadkar was in UN and he was mentioned about the lockdown of 2020 might have been premature. I would hate to think he's actually setting us up for another one for Christmas this year, Christmas time. But there's just something I came across I thought was very interesting. A group called ARUP, and they are promoting through the University of Leeds. It's called the C40 Cities, and it was started in 2005, I beg your pardon, by Ken Livingstone and Bill Clinton involved with the Clinton Climate Initiative. And they've now had a partnership with this C40 Cities. Now at the moment the C40 Cities there are 96 cities involved with the Lord Mayors of these cities, and they want to introduce different climate restrictions by 2020. Now the ARUP group is 77 years in existence. It's got 3 offices in Ireland that employ 570 staff, and they have 17,000 offices. They have over 90 offices in 35 countries employing 17,000 staff, and with projects in 160 countries. And the turnover last year was 1.9 billion. So it seems to be now there's a merge between this particular ARUP group and the C40 Cities. Now by 2030 what they want to do is they want to introduce restrictions to that people will be only allowed an allowance of 16 kilos of meat per year. They will only be allowed 1 external flight every 2 years, and they'll be allowed 8 different pieces of clothing a year, and a calorie allowance of 2,500 calories per person per day. So this is the kind of nonsense that these globalists have through these networks of NGOs. That's funny, on the way in today now I saw an advertisement that made me laugh. It was for the Irish Times, and the journalist said that it was journalism that holds water. But personally I think Irish Times journalism has leaked like a sieve in the last number of years. Just in the perspective there in relation to Lampedusa. Lampedusa has a population of 6,200 people, and within 1 week 10,000 people arrived, which if you think of an island the size of Inishmore, that'll give you a perspective of what is actually going on. Now in 1973 there was a novel written by a man called Jean Raspail, who was a novelist and explorer, and he called it The Camp of the Saints. And this novel was based around, he was on holidays in the French Riviera in 1972, and he had a vision that 1 million people would arrive from the Far East in rusting boats, and that became a novel. Now Jean Raspail died in 2020 at the age of 94 to see his novel become a reality. And also in the last there was an incident there that took place at Dublin Airport, and RTE described it as an incident involving a 50-year-old man being hospitalised, but it forgot to say that it was a Somalian that stabbed a man repeatedly with a penknife. But so I'm just going to pause this here, and if anything else happens, I'll catch us all later.